Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Xa Talk Show. Today is 2019, December 12th, Thursday, 11 o'clock, 37 minutes, San Francisco time. I forgot I had a video scheduled like an hour ago, an hour and 30 minutes ago. So thank you guys for coming. And today we have several topics to talk about. Okay, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience what? Okay, hold on a second. Let me technical issues. Okay, am I live? Okay, what studio mod? Okay, so for some reason my mic aux is not working. Anyway, today we have several topics. So am I alive, guys? Am I here? So, Ohio gazemasu. Okay, I don't know what that does. What does that mean? I think I can approve it, right? So today we have several topics to talk about. We're gonna talk about the Elfish language, linguistics, and we are going to talk about Japanese input systems. Continue from yesterday. So you guys, I'm alive. Great, I'm live. Okay, Leo Cardo. Leo Cardo, by the way, are you on Discord? Join my Discord club. Okay, you can find the link on my website. Just go to xali.info. Join the Discord club. If you are not there already, I don't know who you are. But anyway, so today we're gonna talk about Japanese input systems, Japanese language, Japanese keyboard layouts. That's a fascinating topic. And we are going to talk about the elves, the language of the elves. So today's the subject matter is linguistics, the language of human animals and grape juice. To good life. So you don't know how hard it is being a woman looking the way I do. And where is my energy drink? That is necessary. A necessary condition. What? Oh, okay. Let's see. Energy drink. The juice of life. Ban. Sugar free. Okay, always drink sugar free. Never drink sugared water. Okay, never. No Pepsi, no Coke, no nothing like that. No sugar. Okay, I don't know about molasses. Lunarius. Is Lunarius here? Lunarius is into molasses. He's talking about molasses every day in Canada. Canada is famous for maple syrup. Are we talking about how to install scripts? Okay, that topic about the lobs thing. I cannot fathom why people would use this. Okay, let's talk about this for 5 minutes. Okay, so you people are talking about this thing, the lobs. So apparently this is the infamous YouTuber of the Linux lineage. He's a handsome guy, and he does Linux YouTube videos, red pilled, okay, based, okay. So he's this guy, Luke Smith. All I can remember is his pretty face, okay. No JavaScript. So let's turn on JavaScript and let's try it again. So Luke Smith, a popular YouTuber who does Linux related stuff. Not just Linux, because it's not. He's kind of the hacker type. Okay, so oh, he has a Twitter account as well. So let's go. So his YouTube. Let's go to his YouTube. So there is this guy. There exists this guy whose name is Luke Smith. He does Bungie. Oh, he works at Bungie. Is that really? Bungie is a gaming company, right? Bungie new updates, love developers, whatever. Destiny, the game. Okay, so that's a gaming company. So apparently he works at Bungie or something like that. He's associated with Bungie, and okay, so his profile photo is darkness, pitch darkness. That's the representation of him. And let's look at his YouTube. Oh, YouTube, you need to turn on JavaScript, otherwise no candy for you. Basic rotation, basic rationale for using lobs. So Alan says Bootstrap Arc install with sensible defaults, and then customize from there. And Alan proclaims that is the basic rationale for using lobs. Okay. Wrong page. Luke Smith does not work at Bungie. Oh, okay. So this is not the Luke Smith we want. Okay, so I thought so because he doesn't. He doesn't look like a game developer. So this is Luke Smith, the real one, not the blue pill one, the red pill one. Uh, this is the real Luke Smith. Okay, so he does videos typically touching on Linux, the hacker culture. That is the proper way. He's among the hacker culture. He talk about that, kind of like me. Okay, and as far as I know, he's into Unix philosophies. Okay, he's my arch enemy when it comes to philosophy. But anyway, so I've watched like three or four of his videos. They are good. I'm too old to keep watching this kind of thing. So anyway, so he created this script package, bash shell script, that is supposed. Oh, what an ugly fuck! What an ugly fuck! This logo, I wouldn't use it. Okay, so anyway, he created this script called lobs that is supposed to, let me read it. Okay, so let's magnify. So it says lobs is an efficient shell script that will install a fully featured tiling window manager based system on any Arch Linux based system without any of the routine of manual post install processes and configurations. Okay, so it's a Windows Manager easy for Arch Linux. Crap! I wouldn't use it. I mean, I cannot fathom why would anyone not, well, arch enemy in the sense of philosophically, because he's into Unix philosophy, that kind of thing. And he created this script I will never use. I will never touch. I cannot fathom today's Linux people, especially you and the Crash Hacker. Crash Hacker is this nerd guy in our community. Where is it? Programming. Okay, Crash Hacker. I don't know. Where is Crash Hacker? What's your YouTube name? Show up, guys. So anyway, Crash Hacker, he's also using it. Apparently, so Crash Hacker is a hacker. He is right now in Japan. Now all this is public information. Okay, he's in Japan and he's doing artificial intelligence in the subfield of image recognition, facial recognition, things like that. So he possesses the input. He has a machine that's a supercomputer. One day, last week, he showed a computer, that's 126 CPUs, something like that, more than Emily. And then he right now is in, he's doing research apparently, and in Japan he's doing image, artificial intelligence image recognition kind of research. So he's working with supercomputers apparently, and he also is like, oh yeah, labs is a great thing. I cannot fathom, I cannot understand. So this script, if you want to use Linux, if you want to use Arch Linux, especially Arch Linux, which is more kind of advanced, more geeky, more nerdy Linux, okay, just dive in, get your hand dirty. Yeah. So you want to install the tiling Windows Manager, which is kind of the nerdy thing. Tiling. I want Linux, but not just that. I don't want Ubuntu. I want the advanced Arch Linux, and I want tiling Windows Manager. You dive into it and spend hours to fix the config. That's the purpose. That is the goal. That is the gist of these things. That's you play with it, you learn, you go through the hard process of learning, the config, tiny managers, how to set up. So that is how I take it. That's how I see it. And when I see this, it's like it's ridiculous. I cannot understand, so why, like, there are people using that. I cannot understand. But according to you guys, according to Crash Hacker, apparently, so it's the reason seems to be like, well, yeah, so Arch Linux is a better Linux, and the window manager is a better system. Therefore, we want to use it. But this bash script just help us, to install it easily. Then we can config, then we can dive in or something. Yeah, no, I don't get it. Okay, that's not my thing. I think, from what I see, this is not hackers do. Hacker do not do this. Okay, maybe times has changed. This in 1990s, nobody would do the. You don't download someone else's bash script so that it helps you, makes it easier for you to uh, install the window managers. That's you don't do that if you are a hacker. I mean, are you a hacker or not? Are you interested into the hacker subculture? That you don't do this then. If you are such a people, which most of many of you guys are, you don't do this. Okay, nobody would do this. But perhaps times changed. I'm getting old, and the new generation. So perhaps times changed. So I don't know. So that is about that. That is my conclusion about labs. Uh, Finch, okay, Finch agrees with me. Okay, okay, I do have one agreement. Okay, great. I'm not too old yet. Uh, so Alan says, "Is hacker community gatekeepers?" I don't know. I use Windows. So okay, so let's see what's the comments. So we're gonna talk about. I think we're gonna talk about. So anything about this, that anything about this that's interesting. So what does labs install? Okay, so yeah, I would, at least, okay, that's not my thing. I mean, you want to use Arch Linux, you dive in, you study, you go through the pen, the every details of the pen. That is the point. Okay, that like they say, no pen, no gain. But you could argue, well, this makes it easier. You just install it first, then you start to play with it. Well, yeah, that works too. This is not, this is not really important. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. Okay, so that is about that. Okay, so actually, let me copy that labs.xyz. Oh, interesting domain. Now you have a domain xyz. So let's go to XAS Talk Show, open it, and paste the link here so that hold on a second. So we wrote this Emacs command. Let's make use of it. So XA big font, okay, XAD bigger font global. Enter. every buffer, every window now has bigger font. Great. So now we go here and where we post it here. So this is labs, LARBS. Okay. Okay, show in browser. Okay, that's that. Then back to Emacs, go over here. Let's call XAR start command log mod. So on this window, you see all my Emacs commands. My neighbor is making great noises. Apparently, there is a excavator that's digging the road or something. Every day there's a problem. Where is it? Wait, what? Labs showing browser. Why is it not? Oh, okay, so I pasted it in the wrong place. What's going on? Oh, main. Okay, so I need to go to main here. So show in browser. There it is, labs. Okay, so this window needs to move down. It needs to move down according to the XAR workflow of using the mouse autoclick. Okay, so and Firefox is over here. So labs, that's our first topic. And the other topic I want to do is so today I was doing so guys, let me know, if you prefer to talk about the Japanese input system, Japanese writing system, Japanese input system, and Japanese keyboard layouts. Those are related topics. Let me know. Type it. We're gonna cover that. Okay, like type it right now. That's one thing. Or we're gonna talk about the language of the elves. Okay, that's the other topic. The language of the elves. So what about the language of the elves? Let me show you. Okay, so uh, okay, yeah, my moving windows. That my moving windows is a weakness. Okay, of my system. Well, I could say the key, but I just didn't. Um, So I was studying. Let me show you. Okay, the elves, the language of the elves. So I was looking at the keyboards. Okay, XAR keyboard, and I was working on the Ergodox keyboard. Let me show you the picture. Okay, Ergodox. Again, let me know. Okay, you wanna see talking about elves language or the Japanese input system? Type it. Okay. Uh, Actually, we are starting to talk about the elf language. So I got a new picture today from one of the people, in Discord. So this guy is oh, I didn't know. Yeah, Pundrak. So he this is his keyboard, Ergodox, and look at the keycaps. What language is it? I was wondering, and I was looking at my periodic dosage. We don't want that. Band key chords, indeed. I was looking at. Okay, so let me get this. Let's not. Let me go to Unicode. So I was looking at my Unicode documentation, and I was trying to identify what language is it. Now it's not Japanese, and it's not Ethiopic. It's not. I don't know what it is. I don't know what language it is, and it's not Arabic, for example. So I asked people, and people answered. People gave me the answer. Apparently, that's Elfish language. That's the language of the elves. Where is it? Emily answered. Emily told me it's the language of the elves. You guys have talked a lot. I haven't been reading them because I was busy. Busy studying about the elf language in the past 2 hours. And tengwar, yes, correct. So Finch knew. Uh, Okay, so let me read the comments. Okay, so anyway, so I learned, so it's Elvish. So I started to look up on the Elvish language. It turns out it's one gigantic complexity, one gigantic artificial complexity. Why? Because the elf language. Okay, we have two pictures. Let's show some glory of these pictures. The elf language. Okay, that's one of them. Um, Two of them. Let's see if we can. So there's one. So we can see we have two Urgo docs with the elvish language on the keycaps. It looks cool. Although it would not be the one I would choose. I mean, if I were to choose some sort of foreign or cool language for keycaps, I would not choose this one. Another popular alternative is runes. Okay, actually, I closed the window. So anyway, so here's another look. So these two keycaps, you can check out the letter arrangement. They are pretty much the same. Okay, so for example, look at the top row on the left. Okay, and you can also go back to look at the top row on the left. It's pretty much the same, except on this one you have words. You actually have words. I suppose that means tab. I suppose that means caps lock. Things like that. I suppose that means shift. So over there on the left and on the right as well. So they actually have some phrases, words of the elfish language. But on this one they don't have that. They just use they just use English. So anyway, that's the pictures. So I started to look into. Then it turns out the elf language is one complete artificial complexity. Now this you are looking at is the lineage of the elf language from Wikipedia. So elf language, of course, it's a constructed language, and in other words, it's fake language, fake. Okay, fake news, fake, and it's created by this Lord of the Ring Tolkien guy. Now, this Tolkien guy is famous among nerds. I know probably many of you will get giddy, like, oh my God, nerds! Oh, Tolkien! Oh yeah, you're gonna spend hours reading it. So Tolkien language nerds. Maseji Wufovic. Hey, I think I know you. I think I know you somewhere. You are at least a Emacs user, right? Masejic. Or you've been on my YouTube channel before. Or something like one or the other or both. But anyway, so the elf language. Okay, answer. Okay. Anyway, so the elf language. So the Lord of the Rings, this Tolkien guy who wrote Lord of the Rings, and he created in Lord of the Rings is three thick volumes. When I was young, like when I was 22, I was trying to read it because I heard all the guys people this is back in 1991. In 1991, at that time you don't have internet, okay? You have a life, there is no internet, so it might be a life you don't know how it works. So back in 1991, I heard that's when I was like 22. I heard there is Lord of the Rings. It's one of the great classic novel, in the realm of science fiction or some kind of fantasy fiction. And I am very much into reading, so I read a lot of classics. So I want to read that because you know, I read, this is one of the best. And so I bought all of them, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, or was it just The Hobbit? Anyway, so Lord of the Rings, there are 3 volumes of it. Okay, this is a novel printed. And then The Hobbit is another novel. It's supposed to be the prelude to the Lord of the Rings. So you have The Hobbit, then you have 3 volumes of the Lord of the Rings. Now, supposedly, if you want to read them, you just read, hey, good morning, Bart. Is Bart here somewhere? Hey, Bart. So Lord of the Rings, you're supposed to just read them. But The Hobbit, although it's a prelude, some people say it's kind of boring. So you might, it's not necessary that you read The Hobbit before The Lord of the Rings. So you could just go ahead and read The Lord of the Rings. So, any one of you, have you guys read it? The Lord of the Rings? Or are any of you a fan? Okay, I'm gonna read the comments pretty soon. Okay, Lord of the Rings. Okay, so you can read them. So I started to read The Hobbit because I tend to be systematic. I want to read from the beginning, every word. Back then I have this habit. I told a few times in my video. I want to read every page, every word, in sequence, in order. So I started to read The Hobbit, but yeah, I didn't get far, and somehow I find it boring or something. I didn't get far, so I end up. So Alan, so you have read the Lord of the Rings, all the three volumes. This was back in graduate school days. Oh, okay. So graduate school. So you went to. So you have a degree like a. I mean a graduate degree. You have a master's or PhD. Yes, love the series. Okay, Freddie also read it, I guess. Uh, so anyway, so I started to read The Hobbit. It didn't go far, so I I just never read it. I just never read it. Then until in 2002 or so, the movie Hollywood started to pump out the Lord of the Rings movies, and I watched them. I've watched, I think, the first three. So okay, so I watched the first three, Lord of the Rings, and turns out I don't really like it. Okay, I watched the movies. Uh, I know all the nerds, they are quite. This Lord of the Rings thing is significant among the hacker culture. Okay, I know quite a few, big nerds and small nerds. They are all into it. For example, the Eric Raymond, ESR guy who wrote the Cathedral and the Bazaar, and who wrote many Unix programs in the early days. And ESR, he's pretty famous, pretty infamous. So he also, of course, he's a big fan. In fact, he has written, I forgot what, he has written some linguistics or something. I mean, he's very into it, and he talked about that anyway. So, and by the way, Eric SR ESR, he's a great writer. Okay, I don't like the guy. I don't like his opinions. I don't like his Unix philosophy. I don't like his idiotic hackers logo. Guys, remember hacker logo? He created that so that he can become more famous. And sometimes I see on Twitter or elsewhere, I see people using that logo, and I was like, "Stop it!" Hacker logo. Yeah. So he created this thing. Okay, the glider. This thing. This thing came from 5 dots. This thing came from. Here's a guy. Okay, here's a bad picture of him, but that's a picture very popular. So this logo came from the game of life, which is which is called cellular automata. It's one instance of cellular automata, which is entirely fascinating subject. Also, computer science. But anyway, that's digression. But anyway, he created the hacker logo. Okay. Uh, so ESR. So what I'm saying is that he's very much into. Geez, what are these? These are wrong. Okay, so I guess I guess the new generation is kind of replacing this. You don't even find the proper hacker logo anymore. It should be just like that. It should be just like this. Okay, but you don't find much pictures. I'm afraid some porn is gonna pop out because I have the censorship turned off. Anyway, so Lord of the Rings. It's a big thing among us, but I actually never read it. And when I read the movie, when I watch the movie, it turns out I don't like it that much. I didn't like it that much for reasons, for whatever reasons, I don't know. But however, on the other hand, when I learned the What is the name of that show? Do you guys can you guys remember the recent the last episode ended half a year ago. The what's the name of that show? Game of the Thrones. When I learned about Game of Thrones about 2 years ago, I started to look. I don't have a TV. I don't have Netflix or whatever. I don't have nothing. But I can watch clips on YouTube, and I can read Wikipedia. I can also read, the wiki for the Game of Thrones. There's tremendous amount of information. So anyway, when I learned about the Game of Thrones, I find it fascinating. Okay, I find it I'm like fantastic. I spent hours reading about Game of Thrones. Geeking about Game of Thrones, and also watching all the clips on YouTube. So in fact, I almost know the entirety of the story of the Game of Thrones. So that's in contrast. In contrast, although these two are epic, Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, they are epic and they are in the same similar fantasy era, you know. But it turns out I don't like the Lord of the Rings at all. But I do like very much Game of Thrones. And what is the reason? Well, I haven't really actually thought about what is the logical reason. It'll take 10 minutes to think about that. But anyway. So Lord of Rings. Why are we talking about Lord of Rings? Because in Lord of Rings there are different races. One of them is elves. Elves are immortal, and elves they have languages. It turns out this guy Tolkien, who wrote Lord of the Rings, he's a scholar. He's a what is he? I forgot. But he's a not just a writer, but he's also a scholar, linguist. He studied. I think he was a professor. I forgot. But in when writing Lord of the Rings, he created a entire. It's an epic story. So it's you cover hundreds of years or thousands of years like history. You have an entire fictional history and universe. Then you have languages used in by different races. Then among them is elves. Elves are a race that is immortal and beautiful, and they have these so they have languages, elves languages, but it's not just one. Okay, it's not just one like the Star Trek idiotic Klingon. Okay, you have a Klingon language, and all nerds are into it. But this Lord of Rings, this elf language, you have an entire history family of the elf's language. Not elf is just one of the language. He's got other languages. Fucking complexity, entire artificial complexity. So we are looking at the family of elf languages. So in the beginning, you have primitive Quendian. Okay, that's a prototype of the elf language, and then it evolved to common Eldarian and Avarian. Then common Aldebaran evolved into, so then you have the Quenya, Tellerin, Sindarian, Nadorian. It's like this kind of group of languages. They are like real life history of languages. It's a mess. But however, these are entirely artificial. He just created the whole thing himself. Nerds creating artificial complexity. And you go to Wikipedia, you can see there are tons of articles on nitty gritty details like how they evolved, what race are they, what time. This is epic from Lord of the Rings. What time, the Great March or whatever. And okay, so you have elf languages, and I only read about 1 hour before, just 1 hour before, and it turns out they so what yeah. So you see, I was looking at it because I wanted to know what what caps keycaps are used. What language is this? So I started to read about Albion, and you go to Wikipedia, so there's a lot of information. Okay, so let me try to summarize what's going on. So in the end, so Alvin, so in my 1 hour reading about Alvin, apparently there are two main Elvish dialects. Okay, one is Quenya, this one Quenya, and the other one is Sindarian. That's as far as I know. I haven't I haven't completed my reading of these. So anyway, this is getting esoteric. So let's just let me get to the point. Okay, so uh, elf elf language. Let's go to Wikipedia. Let me show you some of the interesting things. Elvish language. Okay, you click there. So apparently, not just Tolkien, but many others have created or tried to create a language of the elves. So in Wikipedia, they show a list of some of them, and then you click on the Elvish language of the Tolkien. Then you arrive on this page, which is a kind of a summary of the elf languages in Tolkien universe. Then you can see all the different ones, the common, Elven, But anyway, you go to Quenya and you go to Sindarin. I don't know if I pronounced them correctly, but basically the writing system. Okay, let me tell you about the writing system. You see that is what you see on the Ergodox keyboard. That there. Okay, and so we are talking about the writing system of the what? Wait, timeline of Arda. Yeah, I don't care about the timeline of Arda. So anyway, so this is Elvin. Okay, so let's scroll down. They show you consonants. This is a full linguistic article. Phonology, consonants, morphophonemics. What the fuck? Morphophonemics and allophony. Palatal clusters, labial clusters, glottal clusters, simpler simplification of clusters, vowels. So anyway, I want to get to the writing system. Like, what alphabet do they use? Okay, this is So here, okay, so here, writing system of the Quenya, Elvis writing system. Okay, so anyway, so this Quenya language, their writing system is this thing called tengwar. Okay, here, tengwar. So the Quenya, which is one dialect of the Elf language, their writing system uses this Quenya Tengwa alphabet. The Tengwa script. It looks like that. So I was reading about this a little bit. It doesn't appear to me. Okay, it does not appear to me. For some reason, I don't know. It doesn't. Then the Sindarian, which is another branch of the Elf language, then we can see, basically they have at least two writing systems. Now let me try to find the other one. So is this here? No, they didn't. They also use Tengwa. Okay, but anyway, the other writing system is based on runes, runic. Okay, so it's not on this page. I forgot which page, but let me show you the runic script. So let's go to Unicode. Actually, let's go to Xar Unicode, Khazari runic, and let's. Am I getting boring? So how many people are still watching? Let's see, general. Much liberties. Let's see. 11 people. Okay, we talked up for 40 minutes. We're gonna shut down maybe 10 more minutes. Okay, so you go to my Unicode, search Unicode rune, and you will arrive on this page. Xali Unicode rune. So this is rune. And what is rune? Rune is kind of ancient. It looks like that. Okay, and in fact, I have a JavaScript technology. You see, I'm also interested in all this script. So you have run script, you have tengwar script, then you have JavaScript. I'm also a script. For example, oh, you need to turn on JavaScript. God. Now, now let's select. For example, now we are typing JavaScript. Okay, typing spelled wrong. TYPING JavaScript in real time, and it is translated or actually transcripted into the runic script. Fantastic. Okay, go there, use it. Okay, promote my website. Okay, so let's go paste the link in my Unicode. Paste the link here so we can see we have a topic we talked about. So there it is. Okay, so we were talking about, actually we were talking about Elvish script and the tengwar and the Ogodox. Okay, and Ogodox keyboard. So actually show. Okay, show in browser. So we talked about Ogodox keyboard, Elvish, not Elfish, no, that's not right. E, ah, let's just say Elf language. Stupid English. Stupid English. Elf language, okay, and Tengwa. Tengwa script, okay. Tengwa script. Then, okay, so we are talking about load and the load of the rings and the load of the rings, okay, and okay, so in elf language there's a big family, and among them the two big ones is Quenya, and the other one big one is Sindarian. Okay, and the writing system they use, the script is Tengwa, but however there's another one. It's they use one based on runic script. This guy Tolkien, he just started to modify these rune characters, and but that one, the runic script based one for the elf language, did not go far. So it is the tengwar that went far, and most nerds, geeks love this. Because why? I can tell you why. Okay, this is psychology, analysis of human psychology. Because if you have a new language based on rune, okay, rune is a old language. I mean, rune is used in starting in year 1500. I mean, in year 150 to about year 1500. It's not really that ancient. It's like okay. So anyway, so you have the run script, and the Tolkien guy tried to modify it a little bit, so it still looks similar. So that's no fun. We already have runs. You just modified a little bit. That's no fun. So nerds, it doesn't attract nerds. Now, but however, when nerds see Tengwa, this holy cow, this is alien. Holy cow! Look, we have never seen this before. Tengwa. Then there becomes a magnet. There's an attraction. That is why you see on the Ergodox keyboard it's all Tengwa. But by the way, there's also run. Look at this keyboard. Okay, so this is ultimate hacking. The ultimate among all hacking. This is one. This one is called the ultimate hacking keyboard, which I possess right over there. I showed a few times in my video. So anyway, this one is is using the run keycaps. Okay, so as versus run keycaps versus the where's my ergo docs versus the ergo doc the 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 tengwar the elvish keycaps. So which guys which would you use? That is the question. Which one do you think is more like beautiful, or what do you guys think? Okay, so now I'm going to read. So that I think that concludes my talk about this elvish language. That's about that, and I think that's it for today as well. Uh, so let me read. Okay, so let me read the comments. Okay, let's go through the comments, and we shut down in maybe 5 minutes or so. Let's see, anything interesting. We need to go to Google. Okay, so that's it for today. Let's take 5 more minutes and talk random stuff, and let's see. So magnify. I cannot see anymore. You get old, you cannot see anymore. I need to magnify. Super giant font. Okay, now that's better. So so let's read from the beginning. I have some time. So the left one. So Bart says the left one is better. So the Bart prefers the tengwar script, and Bart says I don't like staggered keys. I don't know why so many wannabe ergo staggered. Yeah, that's true, but that's a different issue though. What could have made Unix better? What could? That's a complex question. I mean, what could made Unix better? I mean, how do I answer that? It's a big question. So I'm gonna check out the comments. Okay, take a sip to health. So Daniel Langlois has been gambling at the casino. Oh no, just playing poker. Okay. Bash install script. Okay, so monads. Bootstrap arc install with sensible defaults. Okay, wrong page. Luke Smith. Okay, so got that. Minimalism. Oh, so Luke Smith is into minimalism. I see. The Unix philosophy. So that's the whole point of Arch Linux. Okay, so by the way, I use pspwm. Now, what is pspwm? Another esoteric tiling system. BSPWM. Oh, there it is. BSPWM Arch Linux. Okay, it says um, there is apparently a Wikipedia entry, meaning it's not a small player. Oh, someone deleted it. The Wikipedia game. Okay, BSPWM is a tiling window manager that represents Windows as the leaves of a full binary tree. A tiling Windows manager that represents Windows as the leaves of a full binary tree. Why? What do you like? What what you gonna do with that? It only responds to X events and the messages it receives on a dedicated socket. Okay, it's a program that what doesn't handle. Okay, whatever. Show a picture. Okay, show a screenshot. No screenshot. This is typical of these nerd idiots. No screenshot. Okay. Oh my God! It's got 3,000 stars. Show me a picture. These Linux idiots. Show a fucking picture. I don't care about your tree, you idiot. Okay, so what did it jump to somewhere? Let's see. So is hacker community gatekeepers? I use Windows. I'm not a hacker. Is gatekeeper drug time manager? Okay, using your apps is like software keys for your whole OS. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's useless garbage that nobody needs. That doesn't fix any problem. Labs Fly OS, Fancy Zone, a tiling window manager for Microsoft. Oh, really? Fancy Zones? That's a tiling window manager for Microsoft. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Okay, year of Windows on the desktop. Watch some move window without tiling windows. Okay. Does anyone know that the you see I yeah that is a problem. I mean that is when you see my move my windows, you'll see, oh God, SaaS system is the worst. You know why? Okay, I have two reasons. I tell you two things about that. One is that because I have mouse auto click. You see, I don't click. I showed this many times in my video. You see, I don't click. Auto click is just fantastic. Okay, actually, so let me adjust this so that you can actually see. Oh, you can actually see. So there is my. Oh wait. So actually, I need to show you the windows as well. So you can see my hand. I'm not. You see, I'm holding the mouse like that. Okay, I move it here. Uh, it just auto clicks. You know, I can move to this tab. Okay, I can move to auto click. That's what, or you might call it hover click. Okay, it's auto click. It goes by several different names, stupid names. For example, they usually call it drill. On the Mac, for example, it's called drill because it's supposed to be for the disabled. Drill, meaning it's supposed to be used in a eye tracking system. Like so, when you are staring at somewhere for more than let's say 1 second, then it does a click. So that's what it's supposed. I think originally what is supposed to be trail. Okay, so you on the Mac you go to accessibility, uh, then then you go to it's a bit then you go to keyboard. Okay, then accessibility keyboard. Then you can see this enable accessibility keyboard. Yeah, there. Yes. What? Trail. There. You see that button that says trail options. Exactly. This is the part. You see the name trail. Trail. So why would they call it trail? Why don't you just stupid? Just call it auto click. That's what it is. Auto click. Well, I suppose originally it's designed for eye trackers or something. So when your eyes are drilling at the point, then it makes a click, something like that. Okay, so it's called drill. On Linux, now, but I have articles about that. Okay, this is fantastic. I mean, this drilling is you don't have to click anymore. It's really fantastic, especially if you are using a trackball. So let me show you Sali auto click. So I have article on how to on Mac, on Linux, on Windows. By the way, in Windows 10, apparently they removed this feature at least from the GUI. So you can no longer turn this on via the GUI. But however, the feature is still there. You have to go into some kind of ways. Um, okay, so I have this article is for Mac, and I have articles for Windows. There, okay, and for Linux. Now I don't have an article for Windows now because Windows they removed that feature in Windows 10. It used to be in Windows Vista or 7 or something. So anyway, on Linux, so I have articles. So this is on Mac. You can just go and this is great. I would recommend it. But however, be warned, it will take some use to because you'll get frustrated for the first week. Um, my history of using this is, I tried it some 7 years ago, and I didn't like it. After a few days, I think this is like I don't want to click, and it just clicked by mistake. That happens often. So I stopped. But after a few months, because I'm obsessive about this user interface, and so I thought about it. Then I thought maybe I should try it again. Then I stuck. I insist, and it stuck. So I've been using this autoclick for 7 years now on Linux, on Windows, and on Mac. Okay, so this autoclick, and on Linux it's a bit complex because on Linux you have two things. You have first of all the auto raise of Windows, the idiotic Linux. First of all, so they have two things because due to their window manager system, because due to X11. Okay, in other words, it's the technology, the way it is implemented that affect how it is exposed to the user, in other words. But anyway, on Linux, you have two concepts. One is the auto raise of Windows. That means if you move a mouse over a window, it will automatically come up. Again, there are two options. Either you want it automatically to come up, or you don't have to have them pop up, but instead you have focus. Another idiocy of the Linux. In X11 Linux, you have the concept called focus, which means, for example, my mouse right now, my window is the browser, but however, you see my Emacs window is behind it. But however, I can make my Emacs window focused without bringing it to the front. That's what this focus means. So when a window is focused, that means whenever you type something, it goes to that window. So that's what X11 is. The idiocy. This I'm trying to not swear. Okay, this Unix. This came from Unix. Okay, so you have this. So anyway, so on Linux X11, the GUI system, you have auto raise. You can set it to auto raise or auto focus. Don't use auto focus. Okay, don't do that. Just use auto raise. But however, the auto raise does not actually do click. You see, it's different from auto click because, for example, if I'm on Linux, if I move my mouse to this tab, it will not make it. It will not click. You see, even if you have auto raise on, because the purpose of auto raise is just about the Windows, the windowing system. But however, on Linux, you do have auto raise. That's another thing. That's called Drail. Okay, so hover click. Okay, so you go to this article. So this is the Linux Drail, just like the Mac. It actually does a click. Whenever the cursor stops moving, it does a click. So on Linux, if you want auto click, you type these commands to turn it on. Then you want to turn off the auto raise because it becomes redundant. So anyway, that's a story on Linux. You can try it. You can go and try it. And I would say this auto raise thing. It works great with the mouse, but it works fantastic with a trackball. So if you have not already pay me, okay, you go to my website, go to the trackboard, go to the keyboard, then you see my keyboard reviews and all. Why is it not? Anyway, so you go to trackballs. I have lots of reviews of. Why is it? Okay, so anyway, I have lots of reviews of trackballs. You go there and buy it because the auto raise, this auto click or auto raise works fantastically with trackball. So let me copy this thing. Actually, let me just paste it here, and we are almost done. I haven't read. Sorry, I haven't. I forgot the comments. Okay, so we are almost done. Three more minutes. Okay. Copy, mouse hover click, paste here, back to browser, close it, copy that Linux thing, make here and make, and go to the browser and back to here, close that, hover mouse to Windows, copy it, close it, back to Emacs actually, back to Emacs, paste it here, okay, and back. I don't want to go back here. I want to back to this browser. And what is this? Okay, this close and BS. Okay, let's copy it. Okay, so we talked about that. Give them a link. Okay, so nerds will be happy. Okay, we have this. Then we have the run. We already have run here. I think I forgot. I need to do cleanup afterwards. Then Sedarian. Okay, we already have linked that. So that Middle Earth. That's Middle Earth. Luke Smith. Did I link to his page? I forgot. Let's put a link. Okay, and close that. And so this is Alan's config. Okay, so anyway, so let's go to, yeah, let's finish reading the comments and we are done. So a picture shows more than 1,000 words. Alan says, hiding window manager easily key mapping apps. Easily key mapping apps. Put one full screen app on each tag. Press super something or however you have things set up and jump between apps in high speed. Select window is a discrete event. Well, anyway, so one of the problem with my setup is the drag. I was trying to explain that because I have auto click. So when I want to drag this window, okay, I cannot simply just move it here, there and start to drag because it's going to do a click. That's why you often see me trying to drag and it failed and I tried again. That's why. But usually in my workflow, I set up the window position and size. I never change it. Never change. It doesn't change, except I have one key to full screen it, toggle. So for any window, one key to toggle it. So once I set a window, I don't change the size and stuff. So let's see what all the swirly stuff comments. Okay, let's read. Okay, I think maybe too many comments. How long have I been? Oh, 1 hour already. Okay, we almost done. 2 minutes. Okay, so actually Alan said Japanese. Let's talk about Japanese tomorrow, probably. Let's talk about Japanese tomorrow. Tiny Winslow, you are correct, Alan. You got tired of installing ugly. So Finch says he used to invent his own programming languages. Yeah. I have to fight to keep my childlike enthusiasm. Greetings, Bot. Have you heard of a browser called Next Browser? Oh, I think you asked before, right? I haven't heard of it. Next browser, what is it? Okay, so which let's go here. Next browser, be productive on the internet. Jump headings. Okay, let's show JavaScript because maybe it's not working. Download, start on GitHub, quick start, manual. So jump exactly. Okay, these are features. Be quicker, switch tabs. No. Tree history, lose nothing. No. Well, go mouseless. No. Idiot. Be productive. So what's the deal? I mean, what engine is it using? And it's I suppose it's open source. This is gonna go nowhere. I can tell you right now. It's gonna go nowhere. By next year, you will hear nothing of it. That's my opinion. That's my impression. Okay, by next year, you will hear nothing of it. Now, I'm trying to find out what is I mean, what engine is it? What is its roots? Who wrote it? What engine? What browser engine it uses? So anyone comments on that? So anyway, I don't think this is. I mean, if my opinion is this is gonna go nowhere. It's a nerd thing. Perhaps many nerds will find. I mean, will find this exciting and tell everyone else to use it. But by next year, it'll be completely dead, buried. That's what I think. Okay, so that's it. Bye, guys. Oh, grade school. Okay. Um, and the Hobbit is intended, right? Oh, Hobbit is intended as children's book. Oh, I didn't know that. Translation. So there is a translation made by Israel fighter pilots while in Egyptian captivity. Oh, really? Lob's logo. Uh, Homesteading and the Noosphere, the Cathedral and Bazaar, the Tower programming languages. Nice reads. No, not to me. I read it. I'm a nerd. Back in 1998, okay, I read lots of his things. The Cathedral and the Bazaar. I read it twice. And anyway, that was when I was younger. Today, I don't. I think he's crap. His opinions is crap. His books are crap. The Cathedral and Bazaar crap. The Tao of Programming crap. The Tao of Programming is a crap of crap. It's a worthless shit. I don't even have to read it. Okay, I can tell you. Since by the way, sincerely, that's what I believe. The Tao of Programming. So let's put it this way, more scientifically. The Tao of Programming, my evaluation of that book is that in history of humanity, that book is it's how can I describe it so that it's how can I describe its worth in a precise manner without with respect to human evaluation of books. So basically it's a crap. Okay, it's not even worth reading. It's well, a lot of books are not worth reading at all, and that one, the Tao of Programming, just by the name of it and also knowing ESR, I think it's Not just not worth knowing. I mean, it's just crap. Okay, and cathedral and bazaar is also crap. Entire bullshit. You know, it's a cult. It's a lie. It's a fake news, fake garbage. Okay, the philosophy of garbage. The cathedral and bazaar. However, that book does have value. That book has historical value. Like in history, many things happens. You know, including philosophies. Even some of them are bad ones, but it did have a great impact on society, even if it's bad ones. For example, Hitler, okay, or some other bad guys, okay. So Cathedral and Bazaar, in my opinion, it's one of the worthless book, but it does have a historical how do you say a value historically, because that is a very popular book. That book helped make that that book helped the popularization of open source movement. Okay, that's my opinion about that, about ESR stuff. Hold on. So okay, so that's it. Let's see. Okay, I probably skipped some comments. I'm in a rush to say goodbye for no reason. Actually, we can talk forever. Wayland, I don't know about Wayland. That's, Wayland is a, oh God, the I cannot help but start to flame Unix, the entire shit of Unix. Wayland, why does Wayland exist? Because X11 is the worst crap possible. And the Unix people have been wanted to replace X11 for 20 years. Good morning, Matt. So actually, I think it's good time to shut down. I mean, it's no good because my videos are too long. So I started to ramble and started to go into so many other directions. So thank you guys for watching. Support me if you like my stuff. Okay, go to my website xali.info. You can buy my Emacs tutorial, my JavaScript tutorial in depth. Okay, my other things, and Patreon and Amazon. Okay, bye guys. Now where is the end stream? Okay, so end stream. So shrink end stream. The end of Matrix.